Sit down and watch, then have a talk with Jennifer and Josh.
Hey guys, it's Josh alongside Jennifer, back with another recap and review of Finding Mr. Christmas Season 2. You know, Hallmark is on the hunt for a new male lead, and they've given us this reality competition series for the second season. This is our episode 4 recap, and I want to let you know at the onset, we're not going to tell you who got eliminated, but we are going to give you a pretty thorough recap, and at the end, we'll be giving some gold. So reward for who we think did the best, and some coal, a prize for the person we think maybe didn't. So, Jennifer, what are you thinking about this season of Finding Mr. Christmas? Are you here for it? Are you feeling it? Are you excited?
Very excited. Loved season 1 and really got connected to a lot of those guys. And I was afraid I wouldn't feel a connection with as many of them this season. Like, was it lightning in a bottle? You know, could we capture that magic again? But I'm starting to be able to actually tell who's who, and I remember their names more. So I'm in the groove. How about you?
Same here, same here. So we are down to 7 guys, and this one starts the morning after we said goodbye to Logan. He was the guy who left us at the end of the last episode, and Gabe, who has been in the bottom a couple of times now, is really feeling pretty rattled. And so the guys are talking about how things are going. And of course, as they've come to do every episode, they're talking about what a great brotherhood this is. And I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. Hallmark really has done a good job of casting all of these guys as the best of friends. So whoever winds up winning this feels just like they are all about the heart and the joy and the season and the whole 9 yards of what it takes to be a Hallmark leading man, aren't they?
That's right. We want to believe every word.
Yes.
There's no cattiness. There's no
No.
competitiveness.
No.
Never. I'm sure there's not jealousy or anything
No
else
snark.
peeking out. They're all just happy to have lifelong brotherhood friends forever.
It's a brotherhood.
They might as well
yes.
get like do like one of those like get tattoos or something, or like where you like lick your skin. It's like
Branding.
what's it called?
Yes.
Branding.
blood-
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Blood
Anyways.
pact. Yeah.
Blood
something
oath
like
or
that.
pact.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I was going for. Thank you. All right.
Soon enough, it's time for the festive face-off. So we get a mini challenge at the front and then an acting challenge usually at the end, right? And so the first one is the festive face-off here. This one, Jennifer, to me, looks like a broken ankle in the making. Like I literally would have been needing orthopedic treatments, because basically what they have
Yeah.
to do is they have to run down a slip and slide. Think a gigantic tarp, slippery slope. They've got to run down. They've got to grab a candy cane, pick it up, and then they have to run back up this hill and deposit their candy cane, and they have to do that 3 times. Sounds easy to me, but this looks incredibly difficult because these guys are having a hard time. We get lots of great slapsticky falls. Do you remember that show
Whoop,
Wipeout?
whoop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that
Lots
show
of
Wipeout?
noises like that.
Very much giving Wipeout vibes. And let me just say, Melissa Peterman and Jonathan Bennett are here for it and doubled over laughing at these guys the whole entire time. Did you like this challenge?
Well, they have them wearing helmets. Yeah, they put
Yes.
helmets on them. So clearly some insurance guru at Hallmark was like, y'all, like, we need to at least protect their craniums because
Yes,
I
please.
guess they greased it up with shaving cream maybe, or some kind of
Dish soap,
goo,
something. Yeah.
maybe. And then they're having to run down and grab these basically pool noodles. Let's call that what that is. That's Dollar Tree pool noodles. It's made to look like candy canes, but I love this. You know, again, I watch Big Brother and Survivor. This is very reminiscent of a challenge they do on Big Brother, except when Big Brother has it, it's flat. Being on this incline, it was a steep incline.
It really
Good
was.
night. It exhausted me just watching them try to do it. But Gabe kind of figures out a strategy early on. He's just going to run because the rest of them are trying to crawl and go slowly up after they've gotten their noodle to put it at the top. Gabe's like, I'm just going to powerhouse it and sprint. And he does pretty well for 2. And then we see, you know, some of them would get one in. Angel had one that fell out, and it's this whole back and forth. And then who wins in the end? Drum roll, please.
Angel winds up winning. And he learns that he will find out his advantage at the elimination a little bit later. So stay tuned. So he doesn't get to know what it is. I'm kind of curious. Anyway, time now for the Star Quality Challenge. They did this same thing in season 1, but we get the Mr. Christmas pageant, which is as thrilling as you would expect it to be. So
I didn't like it last year. I didn't need to see it again this year, except last year. Remember at the end, they had to go and do like a press interview with some actual press
respondent from E,
person,
something like that.
E or something, and then kind of figure out how they would respond in interviews and kind of talk about the performance and all that. And they were graded on that as well. We didn't have that element to this year. It was just like middle school talent show.
Very. And then they were getting these hard-hitting questions, they said, from superfans that were not really hard-hitting at all, but they were supposed to showcase their originality, their showmanship, and their star quality, according to Jonathan. So some of the guys clearly have a little bit more traditional talent than others. Let's just put it that way. So Craig gets up there and does a beatbox and a rap. Marcus gets up there and does a...
No, hold on.
What?
Didn't Craig just rap last week?
Yes.
Have we not seen him rap before? Didn't he have a rap house,
Yes.
like a 90s rap house of gingerbread?
Yeah, he rapped. Yeah. That's his crutch, it's his thing. He's going to rap. Rappers got to rap. And so Marcus does a magic trick that goes off pretty well. Robbie does some stand-up comedy and winds up roasting Jonathan Bennett, which I thought was pretty fun. I was here for that. Rustin, as if you couldn't like Rustin enough, turns out he's also a singer-songwriter and met his wife in a chocolate shop. So, okay, his life is apparently one gigantic Hallmark film. Yeah, exactly.
Right, yeah. And he grew up, his family, they were like traveling, it was like a traveling Christian music band. They were basically like Christian Partridge Family, which is wild. Yeah, but yeah, he sings. Thought that was great. Angel does a Latin dance with an audience member. There you go. Gabriel. Oh, Gabriel.
Bless his heart.
Bless Gabe. He balances on a skateboard. And I guess, right? A skateboard, but it was going back and forth. Was it on a ball?
It was like a skateboard on like a tube kind of thing. So he was balancing on a wooden piece of board while he was solving a Rubik's Cube, which is a talent, I will grant you, but in this kind of a setting, not sure.
It didn't really get the crowd pumped up like some of these other performances did, yeah.
But what does get the crowd pumped up is Davey, who comes out and does holiday-inspired exercises, a.k.a. a seasonal striptease, if you will.
His shorts were so short that Jonathan Bennett says, well, he's wearing the idea of shorts.
A whisper
So
of
that was
shorts.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a whiff of shorts because, oh my gosh. But then he does this crazy, he did something like, oh, let's stretch, putting the presents away. And then somebody from the audience, this girl was doing it too. And it was really cute and fun because he was not sure what he was going to do. And I thought if he really came up with this kind of last minute, I thought it was really smart. But then at the end, Josh, you are a fitness guy. What was this like push-up twist thing he did at the end? What was that move?
That's incredibly hard to do. So it's like an explosive push-up where you are using so much force and get off the ground so high, and you have so much muscular strength to be able to like flip out your arms and then get them back down to catch yourself. It's really hard to do that in one position, let alone to do that and turn as he was doing. So I was impressed.
He was like a sundial up there.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah. It was not
anyway, before you know it, the crowd loved it. Before you know it, it's time for the elimination. All right, so before we get to Gold or Coal, let's go back and talk about what Angel's advantage was, Jennifer.
That's right. So Angel's advantage was, I think, the best one yet. And I don't remember them doing this last season. He gets immunity for this elimination. And what he can do, he can either keep it for himself, meaning he would not be eligible to go home this week, or he can give it to one of his friends who he thinks might be in jeopardy. This is a big deal. I mean, there's a lot of things you could use this for. You could use it to I mean, you're not really making alliances like you're on Survivor, but like strengthen bonds, strengthen friendships, but also, do you want to save somebody else? You're all competing against one another. It's not really a team sport, even though we're in the brotherhood. So, what would you have done in his position, Josh?
This is tough because it's like the spirit of Hallmark is generosity, right? And so I think it's kind of like your hand is forced, where if you don't give it away, that probably comes back to bite you. So I would probably give it away as part of the
See,
strategy,
I would
not
have
because
kept
I'm
it.
philanthropic.
Yeah, I would have been a Hallmark hoarder and just been like, y'all, I wasn't confident in my performance. I'm going to keep it because I want to be here another week. Sorry. My stocking's going nowhere. And then I would
Exactly.
immediately go home the next week because Jonathan Bennett would be pissed.
Probably so. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So tell me about your gold. Who gets your gold for this week?
Yes. So my gold goes to Robbie. I thought Robbie did a great job with his stand up. He interacted with the crowd. He's sucking up to Jonathan Bennett. But then afterwards, like you said, we had these super fans who their names were Gail and Alicia. They were on the Hallmark reality show Christmas at Sea from last year's Hallmark cruise. So they were on that show. They brought him here, which I thought was a good little callback. They would ask these follow-up questions, and during Robbie's little post-comedy interview, they're like, "What would you go back in time? What do you wish you could change if you could go back in time?" And basically, he tells this heartfelt, emotional story that his mom she had a heart attack, and it was supposed to be mild, she was supposed to be fine, she was like, "Don't come visit," so he didn't. She ended up having a stroke and passing away, and he never got to say goodbye
Mm-hmm.
to her, and of course, it's his biggest regret. Ugh, I just felt so awful for him in this moment, but also so, I guess, glad. I don't know. It was good to see him being so vulnerable and open and transparent, and I think that just makes him all that more relatable. So I think he's got a lot of what it takes to be a Hallmark leading man. Who gets your gold?
I agree. I thought he did a great job. My gold this week goes to Davey. You know, at the end of the day, this challenge was about entertaining the crowd. And I think of these 7 guys, he did it the best. He used his assets
Yeah,
in the best way. You know, and it's like holiday inspired. It was a little cheesy, yes, but I mean, this is Hallmark and he knows the audience. And I thought this was actually entertaining, and he did a good job of really connecting with the audience in a way that I thought met the challenge and did a good job. And I thought, you know, he actually showed up in a leading man kind of way, in a way that I haven't seen him in the rest of the competition. So he gets my gold this week.
agreed. He was my second contender for gold because I think so far, I mean, obviously he's got the looks. He's got, he did great in the modeling shoot, but I feel like we still don't know that much about him. He doesn't seem that
Hmm.
comfortable talking about himself. He basically just says he's a new dad, like Davey the dad is how I remember him. So he looked so at ease and comfortable doing that whole workout sesh on stage in front of that audience. I agree. We saw a new side of him. So I was happy to see that and hope that continues to build. Who gets your coal this week?
So my coal this week goes to Gabriel, and I hate to keep coming back to this. It's just it's becoming clearer to me that this may be a little bit beyond where he is right now in terms of his acting and entertaining skills. And so God bless, I think he's trying his best. I just think that it's probably time for him to take his stocking and head home, but we will see. What about
We'll
you?
see. Yeah. It's Gabriel as well. And I hate that. I just, he had that great moment in the Rudolph Rudy photo session thing, but like anything related to interacting with the crowd or acting, I just think his confidence isn't there yet. And I think he seems like a super sweet guy. Nothing against him as a person. I do think you're right. I don't think he's quite there as much as some of these other guys are at this moment. So maybe they'll bring him back for season 3. I don't know, but or
Hey,
he
who
might
knows?
he could win the whole thing. Who knows? He's still
Redemption
there,
tour.
so we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see when he goes
exactly.
home. Yeah.
Exactly. So, what do you think? Are you watching Finding Mr. Christmas? What do you think about the cast? Who do you like? Who gets your gold? Who gets your coal? Let us know in the comments below. And that, dear friends, is another episode of Do You Watch What I Watch? Hey, we're going to be here all season long recapping this series and plenty of Hallmark movies. So, if you're checking us out, be sure to subscribe to us on our YouTube channel or subscribe on your podcast platform. And while you're at it, go ahead and write a 5-star review. That really helps us in the algorithm so more people can find out about our little podcast family.
Right. Thank you for being here. And special thanks as always to Nick Schwartz for our theme song. Thank you for listening. We're going to have a lot left to discuss this season, but until then,
May your days be merry and bright. We'll see you next time.